We ain't perfect. Okay? But these sheep, they wander off, and the shepherd is there watching over them, trying to keep them all together, trying to keep them all safe, trying to keep protection around them. But they wander off over here, and they wander off over there in their own understanding, and they wander off over here doing their own way and their own thing, and they get out of boundary, and the poor shepherd is one being, and that shepherd is constantly running back and forth. That's the reason I said, if you got a person in mind, can't no person do that. You will wear them out. Two sheep will wear them out trying to keep up with them. Only God has the power to oversee all of us at all times, to watch over all of us, and to protect each and every one of us. Want to get that clear before we got started this morning and what the word says. The shepherd, the greatest shepherd, there is only one of them. Let's look at Psalms 23. David starts this Psalms off with a very clear declaration. And that is, he says, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. David is identifying right now who has control over him. He is identifying that it is not my job that is my shepherd. It is not my husband. It is not my wife. It is not my pastor. It is not the ministers here. It is the Lord that is my shepherd, and I shall not want. What is David telling us? He's telling us that we must know, first of all, who your help is. He says the Lord is, he made it personal, my shepherd. David is telling us right here, you better know that. You better know that it is, you better know with everything in you that the Lord is your shepherd. The Lord is the one who's watching over you. The Lord is the one who's making a way for you. You better know that it ain't your job. You better know that it ain't your mom and them, your husband. You better know that it's not your safety of your alarm system that's watching over you, but it is God himself. Because guess what? The crooks will tell you quickly, you're better off to have a dog than to have an alarm system. Because a professional can come in on an alarm system and break it down, if you didn't know that. A professional can come in on an alarm system and break it down before the alarm system go off. They tell you if you open a door or window or whatever, it's 30 seconds before that alarm go off, actually go off to warn them. Well, guess what? If God is not your protection, the crook can come in because they know how to break it down. The alarm ain't went off. Ain't no police or nobody else coming because the alarm never did go off. But what do we keep wanting to do? We keep wanting to trust in the alarm system for our protection. But David right here says the Lord is your protection. He's your alarm. He's your shepherd. He's the one that's watching over you and protecting you. That's what a shepherd does. A real good shepherd watches over and protects the flock, the sheep. Because the flock and the sheep constantly are walking off in their own ways. And sometimes the sheep keep walking over there to the wolf, thinking the wolf, because they blind and can't see, don't have enough knowledge, they blind, running to the wolf, running to the devil, other words, for help. Because you ain't recognized that it's the Lord that is your shepherd. And you, because you're dumb, well, I'm not saying we're dumb, y'all. Get it clear. I mean, lack of knowledge in God, we running over there to the devil himself and forgot all about it. for our wants. He said, I shall not want. What does this want mean? This want means here, when he says, I shall not want, it means that there will not be anything that God will not, that you will not need, that God will not take care of. That's what I shall not want means. It don't mean that I'm not going to be broke sometime. It don't mean that I'm not going to have to go through something sometime. It means that when he says, I shall not want, it means that I know that even though I'm broke today, God is still going to supply all of my needs. I don't know how it's going to happen. He might put it on any of my good sisters and brothers' heart to bring me $5. See, I might be broke and not have gas money to make it to work next week. But my brothers and sisters, because they love me and they know me, they might come to me and say, sis, you know, I forgot I owed you something from 20 years ago. Let me pay you this $5. Why do I say owed me? Because they might know that I'm the type that if they come and say, here's $5 for you, God told me to give you this, I'm me and my little prideful self, that God is still working on that in me. But me and my little prideful self was stood back and said, I don't need that. Thanks very much. Praise be to God, but I'm okay. Broke, ain't got no gas in the car. But I would do that. I'm telling you about Eartha. Okay? I would do that. But God knowing, he said, I will take care of your want. I'll send it the way that you can receive it. How you shall not want, regardless. Don't say you won't be in need, but you won't, your wants and your needs will be taken care of. Understand you, it don't mean I ain't gonna never be broke. That's the reason why I said sometimes we have a tendency, because we're dumb sheep, thinking we're wandering around, we think things that are of God, that are of Satan, and things that are of Satan are of God. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Sometimes, I think Sister Lynn had a testimony this morning about medication. See, sometimes we think this must be what medication we ought to take, because I went to the doctor and the doctor prescribed it. Well, after all, God told me to go to the doctor. Okay? Yeah, all right. God did tell you to go to the doctor. Amen. See what's wrong, what's going on. But the Spirit, the God in you says, don't take that. Amen. See, it's not that God is not trying to help us. It's that we don't want to listen. Amen. But I just spent my copay. I spent my last $10 on this copay to get this prescription. What do you mean I shouldn't take this prescription? I've got to take it. See, we running, and then when we take it, what happens? We get sick. We have all these other kind of reactions and consequences. Okay? We, in our dumb sheep self, have run to the enemy for the answer instead of running to the Lord, our shepherd, in the first place. And then when the Lord, our shepherd, tells us what to do, we choose to be rebellious just like the sheep do. Do we want to do it? If we want to do it and it sounds right to me, then I do it. But if it's not something that I really want to do and the shepherd is leading me toward it, then I just act like I didn't hear it. I ain't really